Hey folks, it's the Red, and welcome to Let's Play Sonic Generations. But Red, did you already play Sonic Generations? Why, yes I did. The console version. The version we are now looking at is the one on the 3DS. Typically, nowadays, whenever they release a Sonic game, there's usually a handheld version and a console version of the same game. So, just like before, as soon as you start the game, we'll start this thing off in Green Hill Zone. No cutscene to lead it off, just go straight to the game. Just like it did in days of old. One thing before we get too far into this. Do you remember when they first announced Generations, how the classic stages weren't going to be the same as in the original Genesis game? Well, apparently Dimps didn't get that memo, because this is the exact same Green Hill as from Sonic 1. Oh well. As such, these first two zones are probably going to go by pretty quickly. And that was dumb. But then again, there's probably not going to be much of a shortage of that in this playthrough. Oh, I just missed a 10 ring. Ah, forget it. I don't plan on going for S ranks either, because, frankly, that's going to take too long. Besides, A is good too, right? You get the finger wag animation with it. Anyway, that's classic Green Hill. Again. And now for a cutscene. Yeah, classic Sonic doesn't have much to say, does he? Probably because he doesn't talk. So this cutscene runs a little differently than it did in its original version as well.
Hey there.
In this version, Sonic shows up to his party before it's actually ready. So it's not much of a surprise party after all. But that is one problem I have with the cutscenes in this game, is that, well, it just seems a little lazy. I mean, we're still using character models and a dialogue box, which is something Dimps has been doing ever since Sonic Rush. I mean, this is the 3DS. Can't we do, like, proper cutscenes by now? Just saying. I'm sure the 3DS is plenty capable of it. I've seen DS games that could do it. But yeah, all we get is a character model, some text, and maybe a sound effect to lead it off. Oh, and occasional pictures of chili dogs. So we'll just let the things happen. Whoa! Tails sounds real worried. Whoa! Yes, they're animating this so well. You can clearly see Tails getting sucked in. To the right. I'm sorry, I just don't really care for the way these cutscenes are handled. They looked a lot better on the console version. By the way, I'm only doing this playthrough on the top screen because there's literally nothing interesting going on the bottom screen. Like right now, all there is a menu that lets me choose between Act 1 and 2. Oh, and the different zones once I have those unlocked. And during levels, all it shows is like a little progress bar that tells you how close you are to the goal, similar to New Super Mario Bros. Anyway, here's Green Hill Zone Act 2, as usual covered by Modern Sonic. Boosting style. Most of the stage can be covered with the boost button. And I keep messing these parts up. I never anticipate the down and B sections. And they just, without fail, slow me down. And wall jumping, of course. Oops, I meant to jump on top of that. I'll be totally honest, I hadn't gone down this route during any of my practice runs, so I don't know where I'm going. Oh, can I go through this wall? No? Okay. Whoop. Okay, now we're back into familiar grounds. So, as usual, Modern Sonic... What was interesting about the 3DS version is that both Classic and Modern Sonic are in 2D, unlike the console version. Entirely 2D. Oh, that was pretty close. And once again, a very short act. Only a B, oh well. And now for another cutscene. Tails, where did you even come from? Floating without a body in a dark void. Because that did not happen. We didn't see it happen anyway. We know this is what happens in the console version, but here it just seems like it was arbitrarily put in. Much of the dialogue comes straight from the console version.
Sonic!
Previewing the stages ahead.
Wow!
I find it weird how they give Classic Sonic these little question mark and exclamation point lines, even though he's not actually talking. I don't know, I guess they had to show him reacting somehow. I mean, certainly they couldn't do it in visuals, could they? Anyway, after you clear both acts of a zone, you can then go for the Chaos Emerald. That option appears next to Modern Sonic. So let's go ahead and take care of that. Unlike the console version, this time we're going for the Emeralds via a special stage. This is a likely reason for why the 3DS version has 7 zones compared to the console's 9. You might recognize this style of special stage from Sonic Heroes. You collect these little spheres and you boost towards the ring, towards the emerald. See, we've got the same music and everything. I rather like it. Though, if I'm totally honest, I find these special stages to be a bit on the easy side. Not that that's a problem, after all the hard ones we've had to deal with throughout the Sonic series. I'm looking right at you, Sonic Advance 1. Like, look, my boost meter's already maxed out and it's not really draining at all. Should be getting close. These ones will fill your boost meter by a whole bar. And we've got the Emerald. The first of 7. I didn't slow down at all, so how could that not be an S rank? Alright, so because this zone was so freaking short, I think I'll go ahead and put in another zone as well. So let's go check out this next one. It's Casino Night. There was a Casino Night adaptation in the console version as well in the form of a DLC. It was basically just a big pinball game. Instead of points, these things now give you a single ring. I guess appropriate enough because there's no score in this game. This also sounded like the original Genesis music, rather than a mixed version like Green Hill was. I suppose that's also worth mentioning is that all the zones in this game are different except for Green Hill, which is the only constant between the handheld and console versions. So yeah, In the console version, we will be playing Chemical Plant right now, but instead, Casino Night. Frankly, I kind of wish they had done more with the handheld aspect of the game. I mean, they could have incorporated Game Gear games into this, but apparently their reasoning for not doing so was because the Game Gear games weren't memorable enough. Really? I mean, you could have kept Green Hill from Game Gear Sonic 1. That would have been fine, but what about Underground Zone? What about Sunset Park? Those would have been great to include, I think. But alas, we're just going to have the Genesis Sonics again. So be it. They're good too, I suppose. Anyway, like before, the exact same Casino Night that you played in Sonic 2. And we are through. And now it's on to Act 2 with Modern Sonic. Here's that mixed version that was used in the console. And of course they have to change up the level for Modern Sonic because his gameplay is a good bit different than Classic. And I just went in a circle. Oh, right, I remember this. You have to use the flippers to go into that ring. Ugh. Momentum. I remember this one giving me a lot of trouble. A lot of this game I'm playing from memory, and the last time I played this was roughly a year ago, so... Wow, camera angles! I don't know why they thought that would be a good idea, to have the camera like that. I don't know. Did we win anything? A couple rings. Okay. Oh, hello, I guess they expect you to be boosting here. That's one thing I just don't like about the boost gameplay. Sometimes you need to be boosting, sometimes you're not. And as far as the levels themselves, well, I mean, it's a large part of why I don't like boosting style. The levels are too hard if you don't have them memorized, and too easy when you do. Ugh. Okay, thank you, wall jump. Oh, Come on, get up there. I never really knew how to stop those badniks of this stage. The ones with the little shield. I'm speaking of Classic Sonic, of course. Ugh. Okay. So yeah, we have a roulette table, and when the B button shows up, jump across. I think if you wait a bit, you can actually jump around and possibly get a 1-up or some rings. Rings! I haven't gotten a single 1-up since I started this game. And we're almost through the second zone now. Oh, you pests. I can stop you now. Did I really just go in a circle again? What am I supposed to be landing on? Okay. Okay, I can't just only use boost to get over there, because I'm gonna run out of it. There we go. And that's the end of the stage. C for casinos!
Hi.
Alright, And for another cutscene. You're back, Sonic!
Here goes.
So they're reminiscing over Casino Night Zone. Just as they did back in Chemical Plant. And that will restore Casino Night Zone to its former glory. And now let's go ahead and go after that Chaos Emerald, shall we? The purple Chaos Emerald. Traditionally, this was the hard one to get, but this time it's the second. No problem, I suppose. Same strategy as before, just boost towards it. This time they throw spike balls at you. Don't hit them or you'll be slowed to a crawl. As you would probably expect. Whoa! Okay. Just make sure you're looking ahead of you and there will be no problem. Don't worry about getting every single ball, just make sure your boost gauge stays up enough. Once again, no slowdown, so I don't see how this isn't an S rank. S for Supreme! Yeah, like I said, these first few special stages are super easy. No problem. With that, we are now through with Casino Night. And I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a video here. And in the next part, we'll head to this weird-looking place. What could it be? Find out next time.